start there because the country has been thrown into fear and panic in the last few months with the alarming rate of armed robbery attacks. Well, government says it is set to deploy a joint military and police force to help arrest the situation. In addition, the Interior Minister says government is in the process of procuring logistics, including helicopters, drones and vehicles for the police service to help in the fight against general crime in the country. Question: does all of these allay your fears as a citizen?
No, I don't feel safe at all. Because we expect to have more police, community policemen than what we have now. We can have two deadly robberies in 2 days. We don't know what's going to happen in our communities. These things happen in the various shops of people. These robbers are always ahead of the police. So we expect that if we can have them in our markets, in our various offices, we are not safe under this government.
It is my fear because I trust them. They can do it. We have the men, we have the equipment. When they equip them, no problem. So only we just want to pray to God. That's all.
The robbery is high of late in the country, so if the military help, it will be a good idea.
Welcoming news. If the government wants to provide helicopter and vehicle for the police to combat crime, I think it's good news, and I support that view. I think when it is provided, it will go a long way to to kind of give us some level of security. Yeah.
All right, so those are some comments on the streets. Let's check out what you're posting on Facebook.
On Facebook, Solomon Kwanzaa says, this is what I'm waiting for, not only with the police term, but also we need them in town. The indiscipline is too much. And Shani Abdullah says, the soldiers in the picture don't even have magazines in their guns. Are we serious as a nation at all? People are being killed every day just because of small things they own. And if we can go back to the photo up, we're going to just scroll up to the photo. That photo is just a photo. So we're not saying that if they're going to deploy them, they're going to deploy them this way without magazines in their guns. All right, let's go on to the other comment. Okay, so their replies to that, Nana Kojo says ignorance is for a good reason. Shani Abdullah says, Nana Kojo, how about you say that to your dad? Nana Kojo comes after telling, oh, nah. Let's move on. Munaf says, this is not the peaceful Ghana that was bequeathed to our President Nana Akufo-Addo. This is an admission of crass incompetence. With the same police, J. Akufo ruled peacefully, Uncle Atta ruled peacefully, and Mahama ruled peacefully and handed over peacefully. What has changed within this short period? Wayo John says, if the security services are well equipped with all the sophisticated weapons and logistics in the world, and still we are politicking with the national security of our lives and properties, we will always be in jeopardy. And then he asked the question, where's renowned DCOP Kofi Boakye and TOP Yohunu Tete? All right, let's move on. Chris Fanuel says, it's about time we pack the police service aside and deal massively with the military. The citizens are no more afraid of the police due to the rampant collection of bribes. If they are caught in the US Act, bribe is what kills the case. David Mema Kalo says, that's not a bad idea. What was their plan in the manifesto on security? Are we now thinking about to manage this? These guys were in the forest digging the ground for gold. We stopped them without a plan. We burnt the equipment saying we'll regulate their business. Now, they borrowed money from the bank. How do they pay? They are now in town hunting us. Peter Mewu, act fast.
Those are very interesting comments. There are also studies in the UK have shown that for a man, the key to long life is to get a second wife. The research looked at men older than 60 and from 140 countries that practice polygamy and found that they lived an average of 12% longer than men from 49 monogamous nations. What do you make of this research?
Somehow I agree with it. Because having an affair with two ladies can reduce your strength You understand? It can reduce your strength. So I understand with them.
No, I don't agree. God who has created both of us. And God has created women from men. And also, we always pray to live longer. So the women also are praying to live longer. So it is God who will show the one who will live longer, but not a person who will show it.
Coming from the religious point of view, I'm a Muslim, and my religion supports that, right? Provided you give them equal, kind of treatment. Oh, yes.
Okay, on Facebook.
Well, I disagree totally with this research. Seriously.
Why?
My religion allows it, but I seriously will tell you, look, that will kill you fast. It will send you to your grave.
That is according to
Faster.
your research done on only one person.
Well, whatever it says, I'm not going to allow it. Yes.
Oh, Aisha, you said your religion allows it. So why are you resisting?
All right, we'll see about that.
On Facebook, Daniel Boa says this is the most accurate research done so far in the 21st century. Like, I go marry some 3 more I've targeted already. You see what thing says, even with one woman, we are dying earlier than our time. How much more adding another one to our already shortened life? Have you seen a married woman in Africa who has prepared her will before? Why? Because they know their husband will die before them. Godfred comes in and says, very understanding. Muhammad says, that's what the Holy Quran has stated. And some frown on Muslims getting married to more than one wife. Here is the research stating it's clear about polygamy. Aisha,
you see, and that's where I have the problem, because the Quran doesn't just state that go and marry for. It says if you can treat them equally, okay, and you know that's difficult.
Yeah, so who says it's difficult? Kwesi Mensah says this might be true in a way because a happy life prolongs life. So this men seek happiness in both ways. Once there's misunderstanding at one side, they seek happiness at the other side, making them feel okay at all times, compared to those married to one. Misunderstanding or not, you are in it. Eventually, I think once you married to one and maintain a happy marriage, why not? You will even live longer. Walanyo says they're entitled to their so-called research. What I know from the word of God is that one man, one wife. You can't afford to
one village, one down. One constituency, $1 million. But it's your one key question, and I think our champion, I'll lead this research.
All right.
How do we women also live long? Are we entitled to, or are we supposed to marry to
No,
men?
naturally you live long.
Yeah, no.
But naturally you live
if the
longer.
man marries 2 wives, it's fair. It's only fair that the woman also marries 2 husbands. You go to your second wife, I go to my second husband.
So you want to marry a second?
Fair deal.
You want to marry a second?
If my husband marries a second one, I'll marry
your
him. All right, so we all have favorite memories of our childhood that still make us smile. So it's a throwback Thursday, and I ask, what's that favorite childhood memory that always puts a smile on your face?
Playing ball on Sundays and then hanging around with friends at the beach. Yeah, that's what I used to do sometimes. Yeah.
The game you used to play.
Which game is this?
One game I really liked was football, because I quite remember when I was in class 2, I used to play for the school. Yeah, so football was mine.
Dancing in the rain, actually. Yeah, whenever it rains, we'll be jumping, we say rain, rain, go away and stuff, yeah.
So, what's that childhood memory?
It was jumping on trees.
Jumping on trees?
Yes.
I think hopping.
No, I think climbing trees, and there used to be this tree in my neighborhood.
Okay.
And I typically would go and stand on a wall that was right by the tree.
And then climb.
Dive. No.
Oh,
dive
wow.
and hold a branch.
Really?
Yep.
You're quite adventurous.
Yeah, Frimpong on Facebook says, when I put multicolored cloth in my bag when going to school, so I could skip to the game center. Chai. Those are times when I was caught and received beatings. And now Gracie says, Mommy, come see the kind of life Ya Frimpong was living. Innocent says, hey, anybody remember Journey to the West? I always received lashes for watching. And you know the worst aspect, my teacher will still beat me the next day because my homework remains undone.
And Isaac Survival says, no beating or caning after 6 p.m. So I misbehave and wait till 6 p.m. before reporting for supper. But caning starts at 5 a.m. at dawn. If you fail to run away, then skin for butter trade. And Abdul Ghani Lincoln says, any day there was holiday, I'll be very happy, as if there wouldn't be school again, especially if it falls within Salah days. And you know, Sierra says, I used to sleep outside every day and they took me inside, but one day I just pretended to sleep, not knowing they've seen me, so they just held my hand to walk inside. Okay, so that you were overthrown. And Asari said, before my younger sister was born, I was then the last child of my mom, and who are you to talk or insult me? My mom will bash you beer for insulting her last born. Because of that, my head was always on my shoulder until my younger sis was born. Okay, and Aman Kopeti says, I remember when we used to act as mommy and papa, and I always acted papa because they had a lot of benefits and privileges. Oh, the good old days. Big ups to all the ladies who acted as my wife. So if you get a chance, I'm sure you'll marry the 2 or 3 of them.